Welcome back, everybody. It's 8 o'clock on the 15th of May. Can you believe it's a Thursday? Welcome back, everybody. Hello, Kurt Curtis. Hello, Fernica. So glad you could join me. Don't know why I got no stats tonight. Maybe it'll catch up with us. But welcome all. If you're watching live or you're watching later, don't forget you can check out the Discord. There's a join link in the description of this video. We're here every day from 8 PM GMT. I am in the UK. And we're here covering all the latest and greatest, the newest, and some crazy stuff that I add in on top. So, good evening, Dragon. Glad you could make it. So what are we looking at tonight? Scalable vector graphics. I've been doing a lot of stuff with them lately. If you want to get my SVG suite, I do recommend you use the two SVG node pack with it. It doesn't rely on anything in it, but there are a bunch of nodes which are useful, which I still use from that pack. I wasn't aiming to replace his pack with stuff he already did, but I did use it as a starting point to create my nodes. So we're going to be taking a look at some custom node stuff. But more importantly, we're going to be applying these crazy generators from my DJZ nodes custom node pack into creative workflows. Hello, Full Dive. I'm doing great today. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing good. I hope everybody's having a good evening. We're nearly at the weekend already. Can you believe it? Middle of May. It feels like we only started it yesterday. So, when I go on and on and on and on and on, I'm often talking about spoilers. I'm often talking about some new custom node pack which I made. So this one is SVG Suite. It's already available. For some reason you can only get version 1.0, so that doesn't include the SVG art grid which we made last night. So if you have that problem, you want to go into your custom nodes in Comfy UI, because you know, if you have the problem of not getting the latest version which is on GitHub, I mean, if you pick nightly it should give you the latest version, but I've had people say this. So you can go into SVG Suite, you can right click open in terminal. Now this it's probably going to give me some grief because this is the actual development environment, not just another wrong version, but you would do git pull. And then it's going to not do it because I already have the files. See? So if I delete those, it will do it. So that's another way of getting around this issue, right? Because it doesn't want to overwrite changes. Now, I know they're the same files, okay? But what I'm saying is it's a way you can manually make sure that you're up to date. Just go in the folder and git pull. You won't have the conflict because you don't have the new files. So that's number one. SVG Suite comes with Pitman v5 and my install portable.bat, so it's, you know, you don't need manager, you can just git clone it into custom nodes and run this for Comfy UI portable. And if you have any problems, you can use Pitman v5 to check your packages and whatnot, but I didn't even need to use it in the end. Man, that compressor's loud, huh? Maybe you guys can't hear it. There is noise cancellation allegedly, but you know, I'm not so sure. So 5 Below 5 radio, everyone. Don't forget, I got a new live radio.html. We built this in vibe coding. We're going to be it still works. We're going to be doing more stuff like that as we go on tonight. So tonight's all about application. Isn't it funny that I needed a hex grid and I ended up making like a swatch creator? I completely forgot about that. Okay, SVG Suite. Let's drop the default workflow in. He says as he doesn't have it. Just a sec. Cool, that was loud. I'm gonna pop my ears. Right, so this is the original workflow that demonstrates most of the nodes in my pack. That's okay, I don't need that. That was me, I was comparing it with another technique, and yeah, ours is better. So let's just give it an image first. Fuzzy. Fuzzy. How about we go like, let's do that. A Sharona. Okay, so SDXL, fill crop, there it is. Now, for this, I'm just going to use my advanced convert to SVG with these settings. Take note. Color precision 8, layer difference 32, length threshold 2, iterations 20, path precision 4. I did a lot of, these are not the defaults. These are good settings. Okay? gives that good quality. Right? So yeah, let's just run it. It's going to do a whole bunch of different things. And we're essentially going to make a scalable vector graphic, and then we're going to rasterize a preview. So what you have is you have the vector, which looks a bit like that, and that is 1344 by 832. Now, the original image was actually 2816 by 1664. So let's put it into cascade mode, which is double STXL. We'll run it again, but we won't get the response for a minute. So yeah, like I said, it turns it into a vector art, which can be scaled and all kinds of stuff. I'm not even worried about how it looks per se. What's it doing? It's doing something somewhere. Oh, did it stop here because... That's weird. It was plugged into the wrong thing. Did that... Ooh, that's weird. Okay, right, kill that. Do you know what? What's this? Raster to vector SVG color. Ah, yeah, these two are part of the other guy's nodes, not mine. So they don't matter. We're doing path manipulation. I may as well talk about what the nodes are while they're cooking. So, I don't know why they're taking so long though. Is it because of this? It should just keep going. Hold up. Ah, it's down here. Path manipulation. Scale 1.5, rotation 45, translate 10. It's doing all kinds of weird stuff here. The ones I've blanked off do work, but require so much effort to actually use. They were too complicated, if I'm being honest. I was trying to find the best way to edit the SVG. So here we go, 1344 by 832. That's weird. Oh no, it's the same. I don't think this one did anything, if I'm being honest. That's okay. String replace. I haven't actually replaced anything. So what you would do is you would say orange, right? Orange with blue. So at this point I was, testing what would happen if, for example, we took the hex codes and swapped them around stuff. Yeah? But like I said, they work, but it's a bit clunky, because think about it. How many shades of orange do we need to change? 8. There's 8 shades of orange. So, you could comma separate them, but it becomes a clunky way of doing it. So unless you just want to change one color, it's not really a good... Do you know what I mean? You'd have to be very... But it does work, but you'd have to be very, it's very sort of niche. Color manipulation is the same sort of thing, but just trying to make it a little bit easier to use. Okay, so it's got a whole bunch of different options. We have replace color, adjust brightness, adjust saturation, grayscale, invert, shift hue, and then we have the target color, which it's going to operate on, and then the replacement color if it's replace color, and then all the other stuff for the other modes. I suppose you could put the color tolerance up so that it would include other colors, something like that. But the fills and strokes thing is quite interesting, because obviously you could just make it only change the strokes or only the fills. There's all this sort of stuff. So in fact, hue shift, let's just put it on hue shift, because 180 degrees, how about we do 90 degrees? And I'll just cue that one on its own. It might still be working on the next thing. We'll come back to that. So then we have the most basic one I could come up with, which was color replacer. Okay. So you can see I'm evolving the idea of the node each time we do a different one. Yeah. Batch color effects is nice. we have various different effects: invert, grayscale, sepia, custom, and then they're defined. Oh, sorry, custom is allowing you to put your own in, so you can have a range from this color to this color, swaps into, or something like that. I forget now, I'll be honest. I'd have to read my own README, but that's the invert version, right? Invert. Should we do a sepia? So yeah, invert the SVG. So you can do all these sort of operations on the SVG. What's in here? Presets. I was experimenting with compression here, and I'm not really sure it did what I thought it was going to do, but it uses a preset system, so you can actually create your own presets in there. I found that convert to advanced and then possibly scour. Scour will make the SVG more efficient by removing empty or redundant. It does a whole bunch of stuff, but it basically removes a whole load of stuff you don't need. And when we're generating the document, obviously it comes with a whole bunch of stuff you don't need. But you can't see the difference. It's just about, I'd say 35% smaller, something like that. Like I said, compression had a bunch of options which I think could be useful when we come to using this more creatively. So it's nice to have them, but I don't really use that one. But I think it might come in handy. Also, we have the view box now. Okay, SVG's a bit weird. Hang on. View box explanation SVG. Maybe. Okay. It's a bit weird. Alright, so view box is weird. It's not really a zoom. So a view box gives us the power to make SVGs fill whatever container they're in. So say we have a little bird like this. View box enables us to scale it to whatever size the container is, and also we can hide part of it for an animation. That's how Viewbox is able to animate, because it can make the bird go from left to right by having the Viewbox with a viewport. So anyway, if we go back to what we were doing, as you can see here, I've got width and height of 256 with a min X and a min Y of 128 and 256 with a padding of 32, and keep my aspect ratio, right? So let's say I make this 768 by 768, and we queue it up and come back to it. Isn't that annoying? I gotta wait for path manipulation. I think I'm gonna have to, like, where is it? I think I'm gonna kill all these for now, because I'm not using them. It's nice to show them now. Did it do anything? Nah, not really. It kind of did something else, actually. It kind of changed the size of it. It kind of changed the what? Okay, well, it's a different size now, but that's, yeah, whatever. That's whatever, man. I'm just gonna, like I said, disable these. Yeah, we've explained what that is. Presets. Right, yeah, okay. So then there's a definitions manager. Now, I haven't even played with this one yet, so I don't even know. But apparently it should be able to add linear gradients and stuff. I think in the case of this sort of work, it's quite complicated, so God knows where the gradient is. It could be at the bottom layer. Probably needs some tweaks. But hopefully what this allows you to do is to do various different things. So like add a radial gradient, and then we have all of the settings. This could be used for Gaussian blurring and things like that. Did it do anything? Nope. I can't see it. See, some of them don't seem to work properly. The view box is working now, look. See how it's come out to 768, but it's still got the same XY? It's kind of strange how the view box works. There are other settings as well, like center content. But like I said, if you are familiar with SVG, you'll probably be looking for stuff like that. So we added it in. Oh, see what happens. Oh no. Ah, it's because of this, isn't it? 0, 0. What do you think? So you can literally move the image from one side to the other. There's a lot of potential here. Yeah, it's a lot like a canvas. Yeah, that's right, Fernica. Oh, that didn't even do anything, did it? Set view box. Put it back to the view box. Oh, it's still off the edge of the screen. Oh no. But yeah. Get rid of those. Now, themes. Now this is something which was quite fun. They're defined as JSON files which are in a folder. So if I cue one of these, this one actually did work, was cool, and will get used. But yeah, basically it's so nature theme, right? Pastel, I think I already showed you. Vibrant theme is probably Gash. And then obviously monochrome, which will be like a black and white. Oh my goodness me, it's crazy. But it's good for iconography. I hope you can see that. If you wanted to do iconography, you can mask out an object or a concept and then run it through all of this, and you end up with like a, well, however many colors you chose. Because remember, way back, I said 8 colors. So, like, if I wanted it to be 4 colors, it's not going to come out looking that great as it is, okay? Oh god, that's terrible. Take me back, take me back. I'm sure this works. I'm so sure. Yeah, there you go. So, lost the range. See, what I want to do is make it so I can clamp the colours better. Because at the moment it seems like things are running. But it is all lot of work. She's got white hair. See what I mean? So I think we could do better. But as is, that's good. These settings are good. It'll end up looking somewhat like the original image. And then you can do a whole bunch of stuff to it. And then it doesn't even really matter. Okay. What else do we do? Oh yeah, and then also there's another one, SVG Styler, which again is JSONs. There's a whole bunch of different JSONs. And Blueprint is one of my favorites. It reminds me a little of one of the edge detectors, a little bit. But it's actually just highlighting the shapes that are stacked. So, but like I said, I think that's useful. Obviously the color of the thing, it's all in the code for the JSON. There's the grayscale. She's back to normal again. Okay. Like I said, these actually print out really nice, and they're easy to touch up as well, because the shapes that are wrong, like here on the belly and stuff, they're easy to brush out if you even want to brush them out. All right, more coffee is required. So anyway, this was all fun and all, but I already showed you this, so I'll kill that. This is what we were working on yesterday, and I think I've decided that this one is the best for what we're doing. It's this one. And I'm quite happy with this, but I want to know how we can make this better, right? Because it's SVG, but we're interpolating between the layers, right? There's no SVG animation here. It's interpolation. And GIMS VFI was the best interpolation, but Rife is more efficient. So that means you can go bigger, longer, and faster. So it depends what you're doing, really. Now, so far, we've been using a 16:9 grid. But I'm going to do 32:18. Oh, no, I'm not. You're not allowed. Okay, I'm not going to do that then. It's a shame. Kind of anticlimactic. So you're not allowed to go over that value. I didn't realise I put a maximum in. No. Oh well. But we can still use what we have here. So we're at 2048. We make our 4 images. Do you know what? I think we need more than 4 images. Don't you? I think we need more than 4 images. Yeah. Let's give it 8. It won't be that hard to rewire, surely. So we'll start off by taking some reroutes from the outputs, just so I don't have to spend my entire life scrolling up and down. And we'll just stack them up under here. And then obviously I'm going to repeat the wiring which I've already got. It's a nice little threading pattern. So we'll take one of these. In fact, yeah, we'll take one of these. You can't really shift click them because they'll link to the wrong... Oh, yeah, they'll link to the wrong thing anyway. And then we're going to need a whole bunch of these as well. So in case you've not seen this workflow before, it is the SVG art grid making the grid, running it through Scour to optimize the SVG code, and then vector to raster straight away. Save the SVG though, so we can do more with that if we want. And then the SVG gets piped into a reroute. The first image is used as the last image, so that this will loop. And then the first image goes into a batch. The batch of 2 images, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, and so on in that pattern, goes into Rife with a multiplier of 15. I'm going to turn that down to 8. Because it looks nicer anyway. And what we'll do is we'll use the later interpolation steps. Yeah, save the SVGs. Indeed, Furco. Alright. So, we always go into the top one. This is like shoelaces. The pattern is like shoelaces. We always go into the top one. Okay. I've got too many. So the first image in the batch is always the image. Okay. This is like a super old way of doing it, but it still works. Now I'm going to disconnect this one here because that is the loop. So I'll put that to the last image. He says as it fails. Let me just do that again. There. Okay, so now it's easy. We just hook up. See the pattern? So next image is the last image. Next image is the last image. Yeah? Just like shoelaces. And the last one goes all like now, not like shoelaces then, but I think you get my point. So you've got a nice little pattern there, and then it'll loop. So when it gets to the end, the last frame is the first frame, and you've got yourself an infinite loop. And obviously, you know, could have been anything really, as long as you've, you know, yeah, it could have been anything really, to be honest. It's kind of funny when you do that as well. Maybe we'll do that for fun later. So then we're going to go into the interpolation, 8. Bit trigger happy on the Rife modules here tonight. There we go. And then I'm using media mixer nodes from Dr. Diffusion. So let's just change how we're doing this so it's a little bit more structured. It's going to be funny. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to make it come back on itself just to save space. You know. Yeah. So, bang, bang, bang. Each time we're just adding another sequence. In fact, I don't think I need the last one, do I? Yeah, I think I do. So with this one, the lace goes in the top. So now we're going to attach all the bees. I might watch Dread again tonight. Don't know where that thought came from. Dread 3D. Okay, hang on. I have silly ideas, I do. Right, we're going to shift click this one all the way to the bottom. Hang on, I just need to entertain my strange ideas. Give me a sec. This is something you definitely have to do. Mid-journey. Imagine. Cloud. Sidetracked. Okay. Imagine a non-branded Judge Dredd like character and think hard while you describe him in less than 75 tokens on a white studio background. Okay, now rules. You may not use any existing IP. You may not... Oh wait, just leave it at that. Let him cook. Continues threading the needle. Okay, so into the A, into the A, into the A. Very important. Into the A. So there it is. It's in. And that will make us our 30 FPS video. Or will it? So we've got 8, 16, 32, 64 frames. We've got 64 frames here. Potentially. RAM requirements start to panic. Yeah, to be honest, I think it's actually a CPU bandwidth, because a lot of the conversion tools are actually all CPU. None of them are really running GPU, and it makes sense because it's not a big job, you know. But anyway, as I've been saying, we're going to interpolate the images generated with SVG Art Grid, and they've all got a different seed, I believe. Yeah, I believe they've all got different seeds, or they will do. If I run it and cancel it and then run it again, by then they will have all changed. Yeah, so then we've got our art grids, and as you can see, some of them have the big grid, some of them do not. Wait, is that the same image? Damn it, I swear I stopped it. Okay, how is this? Hang on, is that fixed seed? It's on decrement. Ah, of course, if it's on decrement, it'll always be, do you know what I mean? I did leave a couple on increment and decrement so that they would be different but the same with a pattern. But I think what we'll do, just to get started, is put them all on randomize. Oh, and by the way, in case you were wondering, if you have any image, you can just stick that into this. It doesn't have to be SVG ArtGrid. I'm just generating them so I don't have to look up images or waste time, you know, waiting for a whole bunch of generations. You know, we can do this is just CPU Python stuff, right? It's very cool, but it's like, it doesn't use a GPU, bottom line. So anyway, once we go and throw that into our Rife, once we throw it into our Rife on an 8-frame interpolation, that's 30 frames per second. So then what we do is we throw it back into Rife with a 4x multiplier this time, which slows the animation down a lot, but we actually cap off this frame rate at 60 FPS, so then we get smoother animation with less mutation. It has quite a lot of in between, so that's why, you know what I mean? Like, the more interpolation there is, the more in betweens there is, and this is mostly in betweens, so it is always going to be a bit soupy. But what we're looking for is kind of like a liquefy, right? Now, we actually were doing this at 4K as well. So what I've done is I've parameterized a couple of things. So you've got the rows and the columns. That determines your aspect ratio, really. And then the dimensions, I believe this is actually a maximum dimension. Is it maximum? Yeah. It's a longest size is how it works. So you get a longest size in that ratio, as far as I can tell. Now, this is using like a randomized profile, which comes with the node, but we did actually create new profiles. Okay, this is where we get into the vibe coding meets comfy now, because look, we made the nodes with comfy using a blog based on a JavaScript. So there was a JavaScript tutorial on how to do the art grid, right? It was written in JavaScript, and it was a blog like, oh, you can do this, 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 and then it'll do this. We've turned that into the art grid generator. We've then combined it with the Scour public library to make it more efficient, you know, so you don't have giant SVGs. And if you notice here, we've got palette, right? Now I've looked it up to a thing so I can just change it quickly. Okay, but it is one of these. This is the one that it comes with, because this is the one that was in the article, and that determines what, you know, it's for a demo. It's great because it's just a bunch of different random palettes, yeah. But if I'm being honest, you know, you want a bit more control over the palette than that. So this is where the vibe coding kicks in, guys. Right? It's like this. If you go to scuffedepoch.com/colors, you get the color palette array generator that we vibe coded on the stream yesterday. And so if I just go random and we get these, what is this? Purples, and there's like 95 of them. So let's say I only want 50. Regenerate. Now the variation intensity I don't think works right now, but this part and this part does work. Now if I go to existing collections, this is the one that we're currently using at the moment in the by default, which is why it's kind of all over the place, you know what I mean? It's just a bunch of cool, they're not themed, but this is themed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this JSON array, and then I'm just going to show you a couple more. There's loads, right? We take this palette now, and let's call it warm. I don't think it is. I think it was like warm purples. Yeah, warm purples, right? Now you take this file and you put it on some kind of web hosting where you can get the JSON, right? So I would suggest a GitHub because it's easy to make a GitHub. So you would go into you'd create your GitHub, create whatever, upload the thing. So I'm going to go into this folder, which is where the other ones are. Upload them. And where's the file? Put it in. Okay. And then we'll do the next run with that. So if I go and click on warm purples, and then I grab copy, so raw, and then copy the link from the top of the page. See, it's just an array of it's an array of 5 colors, 5 color palettes. Okay. And yeah. So now I got another one, right? Now some of them are on my website because it's like shorter, but it doesn't make any difference. I'm just trying to show you you can do them anywhere. So if I put them in here like that, and then what we're going to get is we're going to get a bunch of those purples. Yeah, see? And now we're only going to get purples in that range for all of the gens. Just have a quick look at this before it's gone. You can totally use that for music video. We already showed advanced ways of doing it as well, with masking, foreground, background. Oh wow, what the hell? They didn't change enough. Isn't that interesting? Wait a minute. Is that a trick? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. That's ingenious. Right, hang on. So, okay, so look, increment. So that means the increment ones were on the same value. That was on decrement. How is it on the same value? Right, I got a thing. So we're going to put them on randomize, and then every other one we're going to put on increment, and we're going to start them all from the same number. So it'll be like from, here we go, random back to the thing, random back to the thing, random back to something else. It'll make sense. So I just want to make sure they're all on randomized first, because there were a few increments hanging around. Oh boy, we're crashing out. Yep. We crashed out. Where did we crash out? What happened? Oh, I know why. We're already at 2K, okay? So, for example, we're at 2048 by 1152. So if we scale this up, it's going to be... It's big enough. I don't need to do the upscaling for this. The reason is because I've put it onto cascade size. Where did I do it? Yeah, it's already at 2048. You see what I mean? It's already there. So, like, if I'm aiming for HD, I mean... Like, we did test 4K yesterday, but this is probably getting a bit long. I'd probably only do, like, 4 in a loop. And we already put the workflow for that one out, so... We're stretching now. So I got, like I said, I got this idea. I'm thinking what we do is we go increment, and I start at 420, and then random, and then increment from 420, yeah, and then random, and then increment from 421. Oh look, I can even control. Oh dear, I didn't even realize I had that. So if I get that palette index of super random stuff, the one that it comes with default, I forgot to test this, we can actually choose which index we want. Oh man, that's actually super useful. Right, we're going to do one more purple just to show the animation effect, and then I'm going to have to go back and take advantage of that as well. So increment from, this one's actually 421, I think, the day after. So 421, random, and then the last one. Ooh, that's tough. I think the last one's got to actually be the same as the first one on seed so that it will loop. But it's only actually the last... Wait. No, wait, it doesn't matter because I used the first image to loop, so it doesn't matter. I can say 421 and I could say decrement. I think it doesn't matter. I've got a better idea. 419 fixed. So that one doesn't change. It's that one forever. Big block false. Yeah, okay. Big block true. Yeah. Big block false. Yeah. Big block true. We've got a nice pattern going on here. False. True. Ah, that one should be false. And this one should be true. Right, nice. We're getting a nice little pattern going on. So now I'm going to go when it's true. True 2. False. True 3. False. True 2. False. True 3. False. And there's no more. Okay, what else can we do? Oh yeah, we'll mess with the big block. Don't I have a readme for this thing? Hold up. Sweet. Now, did I update the readme? I bet I didn't. Ah, there, big block styles. Here we go. So, these are the different ones. Okay, so let's say I want dots and letter block. So the last one, dots. Oh wait, that one doesn't even have big block, does it? So I'll just leave it on all. Now if something like this breaks, don't be surprised. I probably never tested everything at once. Crumbs. Dots. Letter block. Cross. Dots. Letter block. Cross. Okay, and then what should be the last one? Opposite circles, diagonal square, half square, half square. No, quarter circle. Yeah, let's do that one. That one sounds cool. It sounds cool. My gut is telling me yes. Alright. And we haven't even got into changing the colours yet. Sheesh! Eric's is in the building. Welcome, welcome. So glad you could make it. Basically, it's like OCD session with noodles. And we end up making stuff like this. It's getting there. It's getting there. Oh, that looks so liquid, dude. The liquid warp is fun. And the thing is, when you have it on a good even beat, you can just put this to audio reactive and let it rip, which is what I intend to do. So let's see. Yeah, let's see how that comes out. And then we'll put it back to the other thing and we'll start probing. Whoa, what happened up here? I broke it. Okay, that's one for the home team. What did I do? Quarters. No way, they're all quarter circles. I didn't expect that. That's going to look mental. Okay, and then in the next one, I just said, oh, I just want big block 2. Or, oh, there's no big block, no big block. Right, okay. And it's the same as well. It's the same. Beautiful. This is beautiful. I think this is going to work nice. Yeah, and these ones are random. Whoa, just crosses. All crosses. That's the same image. So it's going to go like, it'll start like squares, then it'll go to this, and then it'll morph to that, and then back. It'll seem like it goes in and out, and then it'll go from that to something new, which is just letters, all of them, and then it'll throw into random, and oh, it didn't repeat. Okay, so that's on 422 now. That one's on 421. So let me think about that. 420, 420. Yeah, that one does need to be on the same as that one. It's a shame because this one actually looks better. Oh. Whoa, what? Okay, this is some serious... We've unlocked some serious potential just by doing a nice pattern. A nice human pattern. It wasn't hard. It required 0.3% to just play with the buttons and duplicate them. Do you know what I mean? But this is starting to look way nicer. So yeah, I need to change this one to be, I think this one is decrement, and it's probably at 418. Let's have a look. Increment. Should be, so 418 decrement. Yeah, so that some of them are going down, some of them are going up, some of them are fixed. Well, they're not really fixed. Some are going down, some are going up, and some are random, but at the moment they're the same random. Do I want that to always be the case? Yeah, it's fine. Yep, that's fine. So we'll go again. So it's just the colours that I need to get under control, which I think I know. I'm pretty sure I know how to do that. And then we can like make it go around a bunch of interesting colours. What the heck? Working. Do you know what? I'm almost tempted to throw in a couple of just solid colour. Do you know what I mean? Just throw in a solid colour. Ah, you've got your turbo parts coming, have you? Well, I hope all the parts that need to come off, and all the bits that need to stay on, stay on. Yes. Because often the biggest problem with cars is that you can't get off the bits you want to get off, and then you don't know how to get on the bits that you need to get on. Or they fall off when they're supposed to stay on. This isn't bad apart from the white slab, you know what I mean? The two white ones, it's changing the palette randomly there to like a white palette, which kind of doesn't work. I don't know. It's not completely useless. But, so here's the plan. I'm going to go back to the original one, because that one has the best range, you know what I mean? These are all complementary ranged palettes, okay? But I want something with lots of different ones so that I can do this. So remember, palette index 0. Q. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let's say I want the first one to be this color, and that's palette 0. So put the pattern in. First pattern I'll go with. Every other one is 0. I'm probably not going to keep that, by the way, but it's a start. Every other palette is 0. Right, now go down to palette number 2, and we'll say, what's palette 1? And remember, these are defined by you when you make them, and you don't have to use my tool. It's just a bunch of hex codes in a JSON array. It's not that crazy. Your ideas are crazier. So we're going to keep that. I like that. Contrasts quite nicely with that. Almost makes this one look a bit boring. So yeah, I'm going to go with 1. Now we're going to have a look and see what does 2 look like. We might end up just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That also could work. Yeah, do you know what? We might be onto a winner here. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 3, because it starts at 0. But yeah. Whoops. No. It's a bit gash. That actually could work because it's going like semi-vibrant intro, a kind of peachy, it's kind of hard to say, but it's like a bubblegum type deal, followed by like, I don't know, Tron Minesweeper, and then like wipe out the instruction manual, you know? This reminds me of Mirror's Edge for some reason. I don't know why. It's just squares. Maybe it's the orange and blue. Don't know. Okay, so we ended up doing 0, 1, 2, 4. So I will do that here. 0, 1, 2, 4, and send it. Whoa. Has anybody else noticed the glaring mistake, which probably Fernicar told me about 20 minutes ago and I didn't notice? Either that or... No, it's fine. I'm just an idiot. It looked like I didn't ever hook anything up, but it's just all squished here. I was like, hang on a minute. Did I forget to hook these up? No, they are hooked up. They are hooked up. Okay, so let's witness the outputs. So we have Wipeout Instruction Manual, Tron Minesweeper, Bubblegum, Mirror's Edge, Words with Friends? I don't know. Oh, that's interesting. So we've got a different style. Okay, so then the crosses, and yeah. Okay, all right. Let's see what that comes out like. I might make a bunch of those. Look at that go. Just click button. Just click button. Just click button. It's just click button, guys. Just click button. Don't listen. Just keep making art, guys. When they say that it's just a button, just keep making art. Don't listen. Because this is something else. This is like highly experimental Flash, Super Baked Edition 2025. I like it. And the thing is, this is reproducible now. I could just leave this on for the rest of the show, which I will. It's going up there. Whoa. Gotta watch out for that Windows snap function there. I'll put that up there, shall we? A little bit higher. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. A little bit higher, guys. So anyway, all of this is great and we're making video and that's cool and all, but that isn't the intended purpose. And so for the second part of tonight's show, we're going to be taking a deeper look at what happens next, because I feel like we've probably got enough of these now. Now obviously you could slow this down by increasing the interpolation or whatever. I was actually wondering if you get smoother animation by doing, instead of 4, doing 2 and then 2 again. Because this is adding... Right. It's time for the super expensive $1 billion Microsoft modal paint. The only thing you need in your life. It is paint. and we've got my marker out. So normally when you're doing interpolation, you're going to have a frame, and then you have another frame, and we're going to interpolate by creating new frames in the middle. So obviously if we just do times 2, it's going to make a new interpolated frame in between each frame. I know you guys know this, but for the benefit of anybody that was unsure. So it looks pretty simple, doesn't it, right? But this is times 2. That's times 2. So what does times 3 look like? Well, times 3, funnily enough, is 2 frames in between each of your keyframes. Okay? So what does times 4 look like? I think you can see the pattern, but just in case, it goes like this until the heat death of the universe now. This pattern will just continue forever. More multiplier, more in the middle, okay? And so obviously you can imagine that if you were going to be using an interpolation tool to go from one frame and say, oh, I want to do times 8. Yeah. Right. That's a lot of frames to guess. So the way I always think about it is, as the more you do, the worse it's going to get, because it's having to guess from a guess of a guess, and it's like Chinese whispers, you know? So reducing the amount of interpolation, okay? So now we've caught up on the theory, which I'm sure you all knew. So now I'm going to show you 2 different scenarios, okay? So do we do frame, and, oh, I got to use a different color now, whatever. Let's say we're doing 8, like I said, same thing as before. So we're doing, so that's actually 9, it's times 9. We're going to do times 9, okay? So is it better to do it like this, or is it better actually to do it like that? And you say, but Johnson, you just told us that this is 9 and this is 4. And I'm like, yeah, but we do it again. Like, we don't add more frames, we do it again. Because here's the thing, if you just add more frames, it's lots more fake frames in between keyframes. But if you do it so if you do half as many, so if you do 4 and then do it again and do another 4, that's like you had another real keyframe, isn't it? So it's, I don't know. I mean, it depends, because you might not, I don't know. Because, like I said, if I double the frames, every other keyframe is real. If I triple it, every 3 keyframes is real. If I quadruple it, every 4th keyframe is real. So, I just wonder if there's like a trick. You can do like a funny pattern where you'll always end up landing on a real keyframe. But it's just a thought. Everything else I said is correct. Alright, so this is what we've got in the end. So I'm just going to give that one a save. Love it. So what are we going to do with it next? I've had too much coffee today, so there is no coffee time. Fernicar says the trick will be have the tech do the middle keyframe with enough quality. Yes. And I was thinking about this because, like I said, we're actually technically picking the keyframes by hand here. We're generating the keyframes by hand and then So I thought to myself, well, if we know what the keyframe was, couldn't we just put it back in there? Because we have actually got what it should be. But anyway, that's irrelevant, because what we're going to do is we're going to start feeding this into an image-to-image process. Now you'd think video, right? But I think actually flux first and see what you can do with that, and then throw it into video. Let's see. These are coming out super nice though, and like I said, they're all the same. Look, every time it makes a new one, it's like different letters, slightly different arrangement, but same colors and same style. And it's going to go through them with the same pattern as well. Yeah, it's got the same sort of intensity to it. It's almost like someone's just like pinching it around on the screen and it just becomes something else. I would actually slow this down a lot more, but this is excellent. Like I said, 60 FPS, damn. You could feed this into WAM at 16 FPS as a guide and just type random things, let it hallucinate, see what happens. The worst thing is you get a bad generation, and it's not like we don't get those. So, oh yeah. Remember, this one is a ×4 once it's all put together, ×4 again. That's kind of what I was talking about. So it takes it up to 240 frames per second, but then renders it at 60 to slow it down. If we take a look at the file, it's 9.4 megabytes, and it looks like this. 4 seconds long at 60 FPS. I'd say it's actually pretty sharp, considering it was built with rasterized vector images. It's actually pretty sharp. I'm actually surprised. I thought it would like pixelize really bad, or just turn into smush, which it kind of does in the middle, but your eye can recognize the shape that it's turning into. And I think if you don't go too crazy with the color design, like I've tried my best to make it interesting, but there's a very clear pattern here that doesn't end. It doesn't actually end, it just keeps going forever. Very cool. And like I said, people say, well, what the hell is this for? You know, what are you going to use this for? And what I've been using it for, can I show you the output? Let's just show you the output, right? Be quicker. Huh? Am I getting scammed again? Yes. Scamming. Upscaled grids, is that today? Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to be doing today. We want to be doing yesterday. RenBG. Ah! Haha, no way, it actually did work, it just didn't do a very good job. Go back. Oh, it ran out of frames as well, that's annoying. So yeah, we had this. Ah, there we go. And where's the other one? Okay. So yeah, just some ideas of what you could do with it with simple RenBG and layer swapping. That's all it is. Obviously we've refined the video a little bit, so there's less smushing. You see the smushing? And I think it's partly color bleed and partly that the shapes are similar. And this is why I wanted to really get it under control to kind of eliminate that. But yeah, you can see like simple ideas. Simple ideas. Okay, so with that, it's time to save the damn thing. 50. 2. Do better than that. That was terrible. Colors. Generate new color palettes. Oh man. Examples. There we go. I thought, why haven't I added that now? You know? Make it be 60. 60 FPS be 60. 60. And remember, you got to do the manual update because sometimes the comfy manager you don't actually get. Even with Nightly, you don't actually get the latest version. So if you're missing Arc Generator when you install my nodes, you got to do it the manual way, which is just going into the SVG suite. Oh, there you go, going into the SVG suite once you've cloned it, doing a git pull and then install portable because there are new requirements. SVG, right? Cairo will fail, but it will fall back, so don't worry about it if it fails. If you've got it, even better. You get even more features. It's funny. I try to put fallbacks in my stuff, in the new stuff. So anyway, this is just going to happily Rochambeau its way along, generating all of these crazy. You know, it's like a handcrafted pattern generator. I don't know what else to call it. You know. Now I could have put images in here. It's going to do the same morphing from keyframe to keyframe. That's what it's good at. Now, I think it looks good slow, but it doesn't look bad fast either. And it's up to you what colors you pick, what patterns you do. I've tried to give like a really good in-depth demo on how to get the most out of just this node. But all of that is just like competency really, because once you know how to operate this node and what it can do, then we can move into image to image and start going crazy. Because like I said, if you're able to generate these as image to image or control net, you've got a slider to make it follow, and then you can obviously prompt on top. And the fact that you can get these animations means that you can put a sequence in. Now, the value of this all depends on your dream, in my opinion. You know, yeah, I'll say no more. Sounds like floaty bollocks, but it's actually not. It's true. If you can see something at the end of a very long path, you can get there. The problem is a lot of people can't see the thing, let alone figure out the route. And a lot of it is just persistence, just dumb persistence. Just keep going, just keep going, just keep moving those feet, and you can get to where you want to go. The trouble is that life will distract you. It'll be like, hey, all of these things, and then you get side quests. We have a lot of them here on the show. Speaking of side quests, oi, what do you mean failed to fetch? Annoying. Okay. He didn't do it. Bloody part-timer. There's a new Claude coming, everyone. Rejoice. The king long live the king. He's about to return We reckon it's going to be called Claude 3.8 in a stunning fit of originality. But who knows if it's still going to be called Sonnet. So I'll be prepared to eat those words in between 2 slabs of cheese. Stern adjudicator stands motionless against the thing with the thing on the thing. Ready? You ready? Let's do it. Personalization on. Go. Claude didn't do it. He's getting too smart. When the AI doesn't do the job, because it's like, it's brilliant. You'll say, you know, we can write a report on whatever it is. And here we go. That sounds like a really interesting report. We can definitely do that. And that's the end of the chat. You're sat there like, is that it? Is he doing something? Saturn? Did I miss something in the prompt there? Am I idiot? A stern adjudicator. Stern. Let's try it again. Oh, and also let's do it in 4 to 5. And let's do stylized 600. Mid journey. What are you good for? Quite a lot actually. Saturn 5. I haven't seen that film. I've seen Johnny 5. It's called Short Circuit, yeah, I know. Look at this trash. Look at this trash. I didn't ask for a Mandalorian. What the hell? I said no IP. Oh, wait, I didn't say that to... So actually, is it really his fault? I mean, this one's pretty cool. I kind of like that one, I'm not going to lie. But it looks too much... He looks too much like another assassin unit from the Empire series. He's got the robot head. But he looks... It's like if Kojima made Empire. That's if 40k made Empire. That's if Bungie made Empire. This is if Valve made Empire. Doesn't this look like Batman as well as an Empire guy? I haven't put any images in. What do we reckon? Kind of Destiny-ish, but also kind of not. I think we need to train a new tune, guys. We need to train a new tune. 202. I need to make a new one. Back. How do I make a new one? Profiles. Off. Rate more images. No. 202. Undo. How do you... personalize. Yeah. Create ranked profile. Create nude board. I don't want to delete it. Can't I just make another one? I guess it's this one. Yeah. So we start at 0, guys. Should we make something photographic? So... yeah, so we're not allowed to click anime. We're not allowed to click anime. And that's kind of photographic. No anime, no video games. Oh, that was cool, Ocean. It is photographic, but it's not the kind of photographic I'm looking for. No. Yeah. Too arty, lol. It's too arty. No. No. Yes. Retro is fine. Retro is fine. Oh man, this is going to be hard if it's going to keep throwing a load of crap at me. Oh man, this is going to be tough. I mean, that is a video game, but that's too blurry, too random, too fake. That's not even real. No. I got quite a specific idea in mind for this little tangent. What the? No, 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 no. Yes. Here's the photo. What the hell? I'm gonna have to get some coffee in a minute. What the hell? Cool. Cool. Yeah, we'll do that one. We'll do that one. Ha ha ha! Memories. Is this like an orbital fiber optic cable? Take that one. So the backstory, what are we even trying to do? Yeah, good idea, Dragon. Yeah, you typed that exactly as I said. So what am I doing? I'm creating a new Mid-Journey style. Oh my god, this image is perfect. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to create a new Mid-Journey style train, yeah, for the side quest, tonight's side quest, which is just a collection of photographic stuff, specifically full face, but I'm not doing it to try and make like a really good skin model, even though this is actually sick. Look at that. Wow. If the flowers weren't there, it would be like really, oh my god, she's got a flower in her eye. I can't look at that now. I've noticed that. That's horrific. Hey, look. I reckon we could get the SVG generator doing stuff like this one day. Yeah, I can see that being very viable. I'm not seeing all the crazy women. They don't exist. I don't know why. There's so many of them, and I'm not being nasty. They literally were like murderous-looking faces. That's normal. There's a whole lot of anime on here. I love this. This is really cool. I want Tower to look like this. Some weird old choices. See, when you pick, it actually should affect the outcome. So, oof. We're training with AI. Let's do it. That's a very good image, considering it's fake. I love this. I wish I was making this now. See? YouTube, not YouTube. Tangents. That's not real. Tangents. I mean, look, I appreciate that everything I'm picking is not real. Okay? I appreciate that. But yeah. Essentially, Fernicar's onto it, but it's actually for a new project. Because I'm crazy. That is a real person, but it's going to make weird stuff. I love that. Wow, so cool. I'm going to go home and draw a bunch of these tonight. That's a really cool idea. Just shadow people. Shadow people. I love it. It's so good. Wait a minute. No. No. Wait, I should have picked the guy with the thing. Oh, well. What the hell? That is crazy. You can see her fingerprints. That's crazy. I mean, she needs to shave, but crazy. That's harsh. Everyone's got hairs, little hairs. Yeah, the best Dread movie was the Tower Block. Yeah, Dread 3D. Hell yeah. That was the best. I wish they'd make another one, but movies like that, it's always the same. Whenever a movie like that comes out, it doesn't make any money, and, you know, it's everyone involved gets a bad end of the stick, and it's like, oh man, shame. Because it was so good. Deserved a trilogy, but we get the new Star Wars instead. Hey, that might change though. I've heard the winds of change are blowing, and cinema execs are starting to produce new IPs like Masters of the Universe and what was the other one? Masters. They want to reboot Masters of the Universe again, but there was another one. It was like 90s, late 90s shows. They want to do them all again. Probably get another 18. Oh no, wait, that was the 80s. So just got to think like famous stuff from the late 90s that they haven't done for a while. They're gonna do it again. Maybe we'll get another Ninja Turtles movie. This is gangster. What is this? It's not what I'm looking for right now, but that's pretty cool. And by the way, I'm being deliberately an ass about this, okay? Because it's easy to just go click, 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 done, and you lose. Or, well, you don't lose. That's a bit hyperbolic. I'm looking for something very specific, and it will all make sense when I get there. And I'm trying my best to keep out all the cool stuff that I would normally bring in, you know, for my fine tune. I'm trying to keep it to kind of like face, photographic, normal photographic face stuff. Oh my God, it's Arthur Morgan. Well, the show just peaked. It's all downhill from here. Cool. Dreadish. Yeah, I used to read those comics when I was a kid. Like, it was actually quite hard to get the 2000 AD. They didn't have it everywhere. It wasn't like in all the stores or anything. Airwolf or Blue Thunder? I think Airwolf, but I was born in 83, so I probably would say that. Yeah, that was a great... what I used to love was he'd get into a bar fight, and somehow the bar fight would end with him in his helicopter. Somehow. He used to teleport that thing. Like, it would just summoned the helicopter. Oh yeah, you want to fight? We'll meet outside. And then he'd be out in the parking lot with his military helicopter. What? It was funny. It was a funny show. And I don't know why we stopped making them. Hey, this is Outpost with Empire helmets. Do you know how long I was trying to make images like this? And then it just gave it to me like, hey, do you want this? Nah, too fancy. Sideways. It's alright, they've got infinite images, so it'll never run out. Oh crap! I missed one that was good. Damn it. Oh gonna happen. No, no. Wow, that like the face I wouldn't have picked it, but it was a great image. Street Hawk. The Black Bike Series, Street Hawk. Wow. Okay. That is a cool picture. That is. Oh, hey! How did you get this picture of me? Although I don't play games like this, so it's not me. Okay, that's pretty intense. That's pretty intense. That's pretty intense. Those are good. Good, high quality, non-confusing portraits for AIs to make better faces. Whoa! You know it's good quality when everyone looks furry. I mean, like those short white hairs that you can't normally see. Oh wow, look at that. Oh yeah. Some of these are pretty cool. Like I said, it's really hard to stay on target. Stay on target. Because it's not really giving me what I want. Basically, the reason I'm doing this is because when I tried to do this with my previous fine-tune, it was like making, it was like trying to make art out of everything. Yeah, MacGyver's sick, MacGyver's a classic, instant classic. Although, after he was on Stargate SG-1, I can't really picture him being anybody else. He is Colonel O'Neill. Nice, 2 pairs of sunglasses. Classic. Uh, 15%, huh? We're making good progress. It's not my fault they keep showing me anime. Okay, I'm gonna have to start widening my widening the restrictions slightly. But not that wide. Oh wait, who needs the mouse when you can just press 3? Ugh, weird eyes. Man, I must. It's like, why? Just reject. Just come on here and just reject every image you see. No. Yes. No. I picked the left one. I'll say left or right. Otherwise it's no. Wow, that is some serious robot hands. And she's got an egg? Isn't that from something? When the woman with the robot arms has like an egg. She's protecting an egg. I forget what that's from. It's from something. Wait a minute. Huh? We'll keep DiCaprio. That was straight up Leonardo DiCaprio. Tarantino? I didn't pick him. I need photos. Ugh. Look at all the Ghibli stuff. It makes you wonder. It's a bit too retro. Metal stuff in her eyes. Too old guy. Wow, that's stunning. This looks like something from a movie promo, but they took away the title. Damn, she's doing the fashion walk in Namibia. Crazy. Oh, crap. Undo. Thank God. I picked the wrong one. That would have screwed everything up. I like that. That's really cool. Cool style. Yeah, because essentially this works like collecting. It's not really a data set. Because I think what they've done is they've built up like a bunch of opposing embeddings. And so then by going through all of these, you eventually collect a massive embeddings which can be used together to get you close to where you want it to be without any images or prompts. Because these two things often are, they're not opposing, but you see what I mean? It's like we're defining two ends of a vector here. Are we closer to teddy bear on paper, or are we closer to girl in pink miniskirt? Oh, yeah? Which one? And I'd say it's the right. Do you know what? I think it might actually be starting to improve now. The guy on the left, guy on the left, woman on the left, woman on the right, on the left. Skip. Oh, we're losing it. Oh, that's a good one. Good one. Good one. What? Oh, we're getting prompts now? Did we always get prompts and I just couldn't see them? No idea, but they're both crap. Crap. Anime. No. Something happened when we hit 50. Something happened. Something definitely happened when we hit 50. I don't know what's going on now. No. Did you see how similar they are all of a sudden? Aha! On the right. Skip. Ooh, now that's tough. On the right or on the left? I mean, the one on the right is a bit more realistic, the lighting, but the one on the left is a better image. Tough. They're basically the same. It's like woman in office set. She's in an art gallery, dude. White blouse, black trousers, loafers. It's the one on the left. Yeah, two. Nothing. Nice Porsche. Nothing. Whoa! That's cool. Damn. Too fake. Yeah, that in a hijab, yeah, it's good. Korean woman with a bob, yeah, we can do that. Dude in film based on Interstellar. A cinematic film still based on Interstellar of a man in his mid-30s. Sometimes it feels like a game. Do you know what I mean? Like how to say Michael without saying Michael. Oh boy. No. Oh look, guys, it's Ghibli stuff. Well, kind of. Ghibli stuff. That was popular for a few minutes. I mean, it's still popular, but you know what I mean. Everybody was doing it for a while. What the? Who's that guy? Dragon Ball in Akira Toriyama's iconic style, guys. It actually does look like good manga fan. It's like good fan fiction for the manga style, you know. It's not, doesn't make any sense. What's been drawn doesn't make any sense, but it's got the style down. You know, dot matrix printer style. I like the houses on the left, but I can't use them. That's the wrong project. Ooh, calm down, Mid-Journey. I'm trying to stream here. I didn't subscribe for the smut. I came here for cutting-edge technology. The pinnacle of creative arts. And everyone argues about whether that statement is true or not. That's how you know. Like, if there was no argument, there would be no question. So the argument kind of adds weight to the truth. 2. I'm just picking people at this point. It's kind of screwing me over. He's tempting me with a bunch of like photographic and prominently feminine body shapes. That's what it literally said. A prominently what the? I don't want to see that. That's cool. I like that style. Crete, modern collage. Interesting. It's kind of what we're doing with the SVG stuff. Bro, what is this? Japanese movie. Okay. Yeah, Dali. That's awesome. And then Blade Runner Sigmund. Interesting. Neither of them are any good though. Got some great images out of this run, but I'm actually trying to train a preset and it doesn't give me enough images to actually get anywhere. I should be able to just use it though. I don't think you have to get... No, you do. You have to go to 200 to unlock it. God damn. I don't really want to spend the rest of the stream just doing this. Ah, crap. Oh my goodness. What is that? No. Everyone's got left feet. Yeah. The anime. I don't think I'm ever going to get to 200 because there's just not enough. Oh, number 2 was a photo. It was acceptable. Acceptable. Oh. No. I should put the chimp in there for fun, just to spicing it up. Cool. Drifting. What? More realistic. Come on, realism. Dennis the Menace and Tintin. I remember Tintin when I was a kid, but they only had it in France. No one in England knew what it was. So it's kind of like, if you knew what it was in England, it was actually strange. To be like, how do you know about that? Man, what's with the dense images all of a sudden? An ass. I don't want to see that. That's not what I came here for. That's Batman. Batman just got in there by accident. I don't need a Batman in here messing up everything. Thank you. What the? A very important meeting with Ronald McDonald. Oh, Mid-Journey, what are you doing to me? I'm trying to keep it PG over here. Ah, it's Outpost again. Getting a lot of outposts out of mid-journey. Oh man, this is terrible. We're going like 10 images before we get anything good. I mean, you know, because I'm hunting. I'm hunting for something. Oh, it's Daniel Craig. Damn, what is that? A dragon skeleton. Okay. Oh. Yeah. A lot of robot chicks in this. Anime. Anime. I need like close-ups, really. Close-ups is what I'm after. Human photographic close-ups. Because that's what I want the bias to go towards, you know? You would have thought it would have picked up on that by now. No. Crap. I thought it was really picking it up earlier, and then it's kind of lost it. It's just doing whatever it wants. Val Kilmer, apparently. Nice RX-7 though. Did you just compare Moomins to Tintin? You'll have to explain a bit more about that, because I thought one of them is a cartoon and the other one is puppets. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. He's got a scouter. What does the scouter say about the power level? I don't know. They're ski goggles. Wow, that's cool. Someone was trying to prompt land shark and it was just kind of coming out strange, but hey man. Can we get a close-up? A photographic close-up? Wait, that's kind of close. You know what, I'm going to finish this off stream and show you what happens. But essentially, I want to make a talking head. I want it to be kind of weird, and I want it to be as AI generated as possible. The goal is to make it as AI generated as possible. I want it to glitch out, all kinds of stuff. And so I want a clean base to train the face on. So we get like this hyper trained face. Anyway. I don't want to sit here and waste the last 15 minutes of the stream just on that. So we've been building these up in the background the whole time. So let's check the last one. Wow, okay, that's actually kind of strange. Right, so what happens next? We're going to go with image to image. Let's see, image to image lines, Jujuf Empire 270, 290, 300. Probably that one. Okay, so it's using depth. I don't think we want to do that. I'm just going to disable the control net for now. Oh my goodness. Hold up. So it is image to image. Yeah, do you know what? Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. 3MP? No? No 3MP? Oh. Not there, huh? Alright, that's okay. I'm not going to waste time. So, prompt v5, we go with 3MP, that's the prompt list. Got the prompt list. So, chuck that in there. Image. The heck? It's going into QuenVL. Crazy. Yeah, we're not doing that. Oh look, we already had one here. GKG, so GKG goes there. So it goes tag style GKG. Alright, delete that one. What's this? Ah, right, yeah, okay, so any input. Widget name is text file. Text underscore file. So what that should do is drive the file name into the save the project name. It's kind of like automatic. So widget to string, and I think am I not taking the end off? String split is what we need there. So as you can see right here, zoom in. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the name of the file which I'm using as a prompt list. I'm going to use that as a project name or as a subfolder name. So I can use KeyJai's widget to string, type in the name text file, so that matches up with this widget name here, and then that is going to pull out empirestyle.text. Yeah. Now obviously I don't need the dot text, so I'm going to put dot. That's the delimiter, so that'll be dot text. So that splits it in two, and then I obviously want the first one, not the second one. And so then that will give me what? Text. What? Give me a sec. What the heck? Didn't do that last time. Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. I'm an idiot. You've got to actually hook it up. Doi. There we go. So now we get just that. So we stripped off the dot text part. That's what that's all about. So then we get the proper name. I was using a different system before, so it worked before. There we go. So it's a subfolder name. There we go. Right. And then the file name here is Jaguar, and here is up. There we go. Okay, and then I've got my LoRa. Which LoRa is it? Empire Style run 2. There's the first one, and then there's run 1 and run 2. So yeah, that's fine. GG. Cool. Okay. And then we should have denoise 0.75. I'm going to put that to 0.8. Okay. So now all we need to do is actually load those images in, because if you notice, we haven't actually loaded any images. So load image, and maybe we do. What the hell? We've made loads of images today. None of them are here. That worries me. It makes me wonder where Windows has been saving them all night. Where have you been saving all of them? Bonkers. Oh, I know what it is. It's because these are actually video. Alright, fair enough. You're off the hook. So let's take this one. This one. This one. Okay. Alright. Where's my loader? Straight into there. So again, it's going to get downsized. Right, I think, unless we get some warnings. Oh, it crashed. God damn it. I hate it when it does that. So yeah, we're going to get the image, guys, but it's done the classic where the thing crashed out. You see the missing nodes? And now I can't do anything either. Classic. Classic. Let's see if we can find where it's going to end up. See, I can't even see what the bleeding subfolder. I'm going to have to refresh the page. But it means there won't be any preview. It's basically disconnected itself. Yeah. It's still cooking though. Oh no, processing interrupted. Okay, that's all right. I don't know why it does that, but it does that. You'll also note that we've lost all the tabs. I wonder if it's something to do with like it runs out of memory or something because it's got too many tabs. Could be. Can we run it? Ah, it broken again. I'm just going to let it cook, guys. So let me see. Face. Folder. It's going to be Empire. Because, yeah, it's going to be Empire. So I just got to wait. I think I knew this guy. How can you give me two images that I wanted and the same thing? Two buses come along at the same time. No, we're not looking for the thirst. Just looking for face. The face. I wouldn't even care if it was different all the time. For what I want to do with it. Oh my god, is that Jason Statham and Tom Cruise? Lol. That's funny. A man who looks like Jason Statham and Tom Cruise. So it's an interesting way to get around it. Can he make it? Oh man. Oh no. So close. A lot of people typing in. Emma Stone playing model with long silver wavy hair. Movie steal. Criminal movie. side by side. What? A cheerleader wearing a secretary's. Boring. A middle-aged Dutch man. Okay. No. Oh. It's too much female focus, guys. What the hell did I just... Guys. That's one way to get around. Hyper-realistic close-ups is what I'm trying to... The more hang on. the shadow of a sandwich projects against his face. Oh, you're allowed to laugh, alright? They're only politicians. Ooh, that's tough. Which one? I think number 1 has the better dress. Number 2 looks more Japanese. I'm going 1. That's cool. Cat selfies? That might have to be a new model. Cat in sunglasses selfie model? There's got to be. Does that model exist? If not, we need to train it. I'm writing it down. Cat selfie sunglasses model? That was funny. That was actually a cool cat selfie. Because the thing is, right, it's a couple of things. You might think, oh, it's just cats. Well, it is, but cats are quite hard to get right because they have the long hair. The sunglasses always go wrong. You know, they don't match. The left lens and the right lens are a different shape, or there's a detail of the rim that's wrong. And typically animal faces aren't recognized as well by vision and things like open pose. So it's like actually an interesting challenge hidden in something which doesn't look like a challenge. Like, for example, look at the hair on this dog. Which one looks better? I'm not picking either of them, but the difference between them is the subtlety of how the skin of the nose, the pattern on the nose, the pattern in the eyes, the pattern on the hair. It's slightly different, but in a uniform way. Anyway, I don't think I'm ever going to get to 200, guys. This is going to be me all night tonight. Oh crap, go back. It's black and white. And also, it always messes up cigarettes. It's fake. Yeah, that's a good one on the right there. Man. Whoa! He's spitting hot fire. Cool. Ooh. Number 2 has better light. So no. Number 1 has better lighting. Number 2 has better makeup. Ah, well, I'm not trying to get a Chinese woman in this model. I will admit there is a male focus to this project. Even though I did pick a few women, it's because they had a good skin. Wow, look at that GTA thing. The GTA arts, that's top. That's pretty good. I wonder how much of that there is, because they release it all the time. It's like there's rules. Can't be anyone else in the image. You know, got to be certain close-up. Can't be a multi-image. Can't be anime. Can't be CGI. Can't be a video game. Can't be a painting. Can't be a clothes rack. Wait a minute, that's from Stink Bomb. But it's a chick now. That's from Stink Bomb. That's probably a lesser known movie. It's actually kind of crazy because the guy is like emitting a toxic gas. He is a bioweapon, but he doesn't know it, and everyone's just dying. Like there's a gas attack, but he's not dying. And they're like sending the army out to try and stop it. And it's actually kind of dark when you think about it, because it's got an insane kill count, and you actually feel for the guy. You feel like for his situation, because he's like totally innocent. But yeah, Stink Bomb, and the whole Japanese army comes out to try and stop him. But yeah, classic. Man, there's so much on here. I know it sounds obvious, but it's like when you're looking for something specific, it's just really difficult. Is that actually an oil? Yeah, that's an oil painting. It's actually it was actually an oil painting. Should we see if the image is done? Oh, it did something. What the heck? Oh my goodness. Look what it did. Hang on a minute. I wish I could tell what image it bloody used. That would have been nice. Oh, I know how to. So we're going to refresh the page. And then I'm going to drop that in. So what did it use? It used whatever that is. Can I get a, wait, that's a prompt. So it's, it used this. So that is what went in with my prompt and my LoRa. That's what came out. So now let's turn the denoise down. It's probably going to crash it again. I don't know why this happens with Comfy at the moment. I'm not really sure, but to turn the denoise down to like do the opposite. We'll do 0.2. So barely going to change, right? So it should be mostly like this. Disappear mode? Yeah, disappear mode. It's okay though, it's just going to show up in the folder, not a problem. Jason Statham used to be an Olympic diver. I can believe that. Oh, wait, what? At 0.2? Barely changed. It has changed, but it's barely changed at 0.2. So now we'll go for the classic, 0.5. Processing interrupted. Yeah, I know. It's bugging out. Probably just remake. I don't know what it is. I think I probably just need to restart Comfy, guys. I've had the computer on for significant hours. Oh wait, no I don't. I think it restarted itself today. So, 0.8. 0.2, 0.8. 0.2, 0.8. This is just image to image, no control net. Oh, buddy. Look at that. Whoa, buddy. Now we're getting there. Oh. So remember, these are my little characters from my story. One of my stories, they're starting to appear. So I reckon 0.61 or something like that. Oh no, you interrupted it again. 0.6. Yeah, 0.66. 0.61. And it's locked. There's the upscale. Interesting. Oh, 0.6 is getting funky. Damn, dude. Their heads are becoming part of the grid. It's weird. I had it on point. I had it on 0.8, and it was. Yeah, 0.8 was too much. I'm going to go to 0.7. It might be that like 6.5 is the sweet spot. But let's just give it a blast. Point 2. 0.5. So it's like there's obviously a jump. So 0.6. Let's see what 0.7 looks like. Oh, we did it, guys. There it is. Look at that. Oh my god, I couldn't have hoped for it to work better. That's crazy. Jesus. This is why we do what we do, guys. Another success. I mean, there it is. I mean, that's nuts. It's making the interdimensional fortress and all this. That's crazy. I never even taught it how to do that. So we're running my model with image to image on 0.7. Denoise image to image using this as the input. We're going to get the upscale in a second. I'll blow it up. I'm really happy with that, guys. Damn. It's making that futurism thing. It's doing that futurism thing, you know, like, and the characters are here. Robot head, check. British Army uniform, check. Lapels. Tassels, check. It's a shame that it keeps crashing every time you make an image. I don't know why it's like spazzing out over here. It's like every time I run it, it spazzes out. So what is it that's actually, it's all of this that's disappearing. The widget to string, the show text, all of that. There were a couple of other things as well. I might just need to restart Comfy, guys. But I didn't use ControlNet. I just used, you know, but I am using model sampling flux with the 1.5 booster, as always. Let's try a different color real quick, because it might have been that we gave it an easy one. Let's give it a difficult, more difficult challenge. What prompt are we doing? Hey, why isn't that showing? Oh yeah, we haven't run it. Right, do you know what? I'm going to take them out. I'm taking them out. Right, okay. So we're going straight through to the text. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Go to the save things. Just do it with text. Okay, so we have the prompt. The prompt with the image. Another one. Okay, so what else is disappearing? Yeah, sure, save it as that, it's fine. we'll make 2. Didn't disappear that time, did it? Must have been something to do with one of them nodes. One of the show text nodes, maybe? I don't know. Strange. Maybe I need to update my one of my nodes. Task manager, performance time, CPU, uptime info. Yeah, actually, I think it restarted itself this morning because I logged into my computer remotely this morning. Look at that. Dude, this is super cool. I don't care if they're kind of messed up. This is a whole new way of generating, and look how much detail there is. It's just detail for days. It's creating, I mean, look, yeah, okay, some mistakes, right? But damn, there's actually way more detail than usual. You don't normally get this kind of a composition. Look, it's chaotic, it's random, but, you know, don't care. This looks cool. They're super dynamic. They're all like having a battle or something. I don't know. Damn. All of that from that? This works really well. I feel like it's dosing up the noise with all the shapes. Hang on. We got one more to try. The Tutti Frutti. Whoa, this is just making cool stuff. I don't even know. Okay, like, sometimes the scale gets broken, you know, because you have like a big guy with loads of little guys, but... God damn. It's nuts. Look at all the paneling. All the paneling. It looks like tiny details. See, what I would do is I will delete little people that are close and big people that are far, and this will look epic. It'll look like they're assaulting some kind of crazy pyramid fortress thing made of metal plates. See, like I said, big people in the distance and little people in that breaks it. But that's always the case. You can't get away from that. Damn. Okay. Now obviously I got a folder full of those, and again, we don't need to. We don't need to. See, why am I even, see what I mean? Why am I even... Can't help myself. Even I am stuck in my old ways, right? Oh. What? Even this makes cool stuff. It's a little bit, didn't have as much to work with, clearly, but that did work. Right, I need to get the one that you bloody, I need this one, and then I need this. Well, I need all that. I think that'll do it. It's kind of a little bit unwieldy, but puzzle walls. Okay. There. Ah, but this one is restricted to only quarter circles. Oh, wait a minute. That's something I forgot about. So hang on a minute. The input images which I was giving it, that was a mix. That was all X's. That's the Joe Rogan Experience. Okay, no. Where's the other one gone? Comfy, what are you doing? You nutcase. It's not even in any kind of order. We got one here, and like, I don't even know. One down here. Stupid. Okay, so these are all mixed by the looks of it. No big block. Okay, so on this one we got big block true, so big block false. Let's say all. And -1 to randomize, and then we're sort of back to resets. That's the reset. Okay, so I can get rid of that now. Put the prompt up top. Put the prompt up top. Okay, so now we have instant mode. All I gotta do is say art grid there, so it keeps the output separately. This is my normal image to image for this particular LoRa blend. Obviously we showed how to do this on previous streams. Clamping to SDXL, safe dimensions, and then throwing it in here. But, you know, I do wonder. Give me a sec, I'm just going to overhaul the upscaler real quick. There. Because I just had a thought, right? I'm using my tiled. What if I used just a simple GAN? A simple GAN. And I will use Futsu Anime because it's 2x. And so take the input, the output from there. Save the image. Copy of that. I'll say (2x) Futsu. That should just about cover it. I just want another baseline to compare, because my upscaler is a custom built tiling upscaler, and it does have some artifacting in a striping artifact which I decided to leave in because I can easily tell if you use my upscaler. But to be honest, most people won't even notice. You can barely see it, if you can even see it. Doesn't that look a bit like Red Dwarf? Like an Empire version of Red Dwarf. It's got that funky shape to it. Oh, whoa, what the... Right, I'm leaving this on overnight, it's decided. Damn. That's insane. I can't believe this. It's making that, like, I want to say Mirror's Edge aesthetic, where it's like patchy primaries painted over white with a very sort of prefab blocky aesthetic. I didn't expect it to be this good. What? I'm not even using Not the True World. So that's the tiled output. This is my custom tiled upscaling output. 28, 16, 15, 36. And this is the same size. question is, which one looks better? See, I like the natural blurriness that I get from mine. Whereas the GANs, they look really sharp until you look close and you realise it's high contrast. It's blurry in like a different way. Damn! Can't believe it. Damn! Right, leaving this on for a couple hours. At least. Insane. So yeah, it doesn't just work, guys. It really works. I'm going to turn off that though. Oh wait, actually, even better. I'm going to put it onto my 4X landscapes and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to bring one of the previews over there so you can actually see what it's doing. That's nuts. Wow, okay, so the color palette, nailed. Only you get the additional colors. So like, these guys have red, they have like red battle suits with blue accents. So you actually still get the colors, but it is muted. It's muted to the color palette. Let's turn my, should we turn mine off? Nah, I'm probably going to turn this one off. I just want to see it. Damn. It looks like something epic is happening, and these buildings are just out of this world in scale. Yeah, that it's good and it's bad. See these lines, these features. That's not good. Whoa! Whoa! Look at that hero pose. So yeah, I don't want to be looking at this. This actually sucks a little bit. It's okay. It was trained on nature, and we're not working with nature right now. Damn! How big is this? Bigger than big. Extremely bigly. Demon details. Yeah. I mean, it's worth sticking all those things back in the mix and see if we can't, you know, get a little bit more out of it, you know? Look at this guy. Dude. Well, that worked out. I'm happy with that. So I guess Arc Grid, Photo Shift Arc Grid, Photo Shift Arc Grid 320, Photo Shift Image to Image, SVG Arc Grid. Gart Grid? What's a Gart Grid? The SVG suite, ladies and gentlemen. Please fork my code. Fork my code. Ah, we missed a trick. We missed a trick. No. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Copy. Not copy. Derp. Oh my goodness me, what is going on? Come on, Windows, click and drag, please. Thank you. Okay. Whoa, he must be in, like, the king. Look how big that helmet is. He must be in charge. This is really working well. Holy crap. I reckon if I added in a depth map from something else, it's going to make it even more controllable. And I have got the tools for that. But, sadly, that's the end of the show. So, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. Tomorrow we're going to take a look at the new Relight model. We're going to continue this little adventure with the SVG grids. We haven't started using ControlNet yet, so we'll do that tomorrow. And I'm going to leave this running for a few hours just to see what we get out of it. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 8 PM UK time. Look out for a ping in the pings. And watch out for those images on the Discord. Links in the description. Until next time.
I got